Alright. Mars has something to say to us. How about that? You're looking for Mars, so you follow the sound of the arguing until you track her down to outside the bridge. I can't believe how short-sighted you're all being, she fumes. Do you think we can just take this planet by force by killing everything that threatens us? It's like you've never thought about something other than your own ego for 1 second in your stupid life. Who do you think you are, Lum roars? You'd all be dead in the ground. If it weren't for me and my soldiers, we're the only thing standing between this colony and destruction. That's the problem, Mars retorts, sticking her finger in Lum's face. You only care about defense and not about growth. She gestures wildly all around her. This place is a backwater. There's nothing here worth protecting, she continues. We need to start thinking about economic and social policies that encourage growth and creativity, or all we're ever gonna do is scrape by a miserable existence on this stupid fungus rock. What do you think we're doing, Lum counters? We can't grow until the enemy is defeated. There will be time for all of your, he waves his hand at Mars's extravagant outfit, nice jewelry and fancy clothes when our work is done. He crosses his arms, looking smug. You think you can just walk in here and tell me what to do, little girl? You don't know the first thing about what it's like to run a colony. You just play pretend. At Mars's shocked look, he continues, Yeah, I know about you and your little club, Lum sneers. You're a rich little princess playing politics. You should go back to what you're good at, looking pretty. Hey, that's not fair, or let her fight her own battles. I know Mars is the sort that she does want to fight her own battles. But I do think I should at least stand up and help her. Because Lum is an idiot. Yeah, it's not fair. I can handle this, Selene, Mars says, gritting her teeth. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. At least I'm doing politics and not just jerking off with my buddies about killing things, Mars spits. If every eye in the room wasn't on her before, it sure is now. While Lum is sputtering, Mars tosses her hair over her shoulder and smirks. See? It's not so nice when other people do it, is it? Miss Mudslinging politics is so old Earth, she coos. But don't worry, I don't take your lack of class personally. Get out, Lum roars, and Mars turns on her heel and leaves command, grabbing you on the way out. Yep, things are starting to get heated. Alright, now to the normal conversation for the month. Mars is talking to a sharply dressed soldier. You watch her lean in and brush a bit of lint off her uniform, looking up at her with a flirtatious smile. You cough and Mars sees you. She straightens up and gives you a businesslike smile. Hello, Selene, she says. Verbena and I were just talking about how the soldiers' quarters are starting to leak. Just terrible, and waking up wet, she says, and Verbena laughs awkwardly. Was there something you needed? Mars asks. I found something you might like. We'll start with that and give you a flower. But I did see the option of let's talk about Lum. Okay, let's start another conversation. We need to talk about Governor Lum. Mars is quiet for a long time, considering something. Okay, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, she says. Looking around to make sure no one is listening, she pulls you a little closer. I'm already working on that, she confesses. You remember the Secret Funtime Club? I know you stopped coming after the big attack and the Helio arrived, but lately I've been thinking we should really try to make a difference. If we convince enough council members that Lum is bad news, we can actually remove him from power. Mars calls this meeting of the SFC to order with a grim expression. I cannot just stand by while Governor Lum ruins everything we've built here, she says, clenching her fist on the table. He might know how to hold a gun, but he doesn't know how to lead a colony. From now on, this club is going to focus on getting Governor Lum out of power and getting someone competent in. We have from now until Vertumnalia to somehow convince the other council members that he's gotta go. I agree, Cal says. And everyone turns to him in surprise. What? He continues defensively. Lum's a jerk. All he cares about is killing animals. It's better for the whole planet if he's gone. Mars steeples her fingers, but the obvious question is, who will we get to replace him? Obviously, I think I'm a great candidate, but I'm willing to consider other options. I agree it should be Mars. I should be governor if our persuasion was 50 or greater and rebellion 70 or greater, which is super not. Literally anyone is better than that guy, or we should respect Governor Lum. Sure. Out of these options that are available, Mars. Cal looks worried. No offense, Mars, but are you really going to stop the soldiers from killing the animals? Look, Cal, Mars says, spreading her hands wide. I don't want hunters going out and not coming back either. Maybe we can find a safer, more efficient way to deal with the animals, yeah? Sounds ominous. Cal doesn't look convinced. I agree. That wasn't a strong siding with Cal answer. Mars gathers everyone close. So the plan is, we campaign in all of the departments: geoponics, engineering, the garrison, the quarters, explorations, and here in command. Try to soften up all 6 council members and get them on our side. Try and keep this on the down low. Then, at the next Vertumnalia festival, we surprise the governor with a spontaneous council vote and replace him. He'll never see it coming. Well, we can see if we can pull it off. Alright, hey Rex. Rex is as Rex always is, flitting around from task to task and not letting stress get to him. He gives you a jaunty wave as you approach. Hey, Elaine, he calls out. Working hard or hardly working? He elbows you in the side, winking. Could use some more of the latter myself. I got you a stick. Woo! Rex howls with happiness as he takes the mushwood from you. You remember my birthday and brought me the perfect stick from my collection. I totally didn't remember your birthday because I forgot to check. Rex is hanging out with Nomi in a secluded area of the colony, but as you approach, you can tell from the first aid kit and Nomi's tense posture that this isn't a casual visit. Please stop fussing, Rex. Nomi pouts, dabbing some ointment under Rex's eye. You have a cut right here. It's just a scratch, Rex protests. He sees you coming over and brightens, sitting up straighter and knocking Nomi's hands out of the way. Hey, Selene is here, he says over loud, and Nomi scrabbles for the first aid kit before realizing it's too late and you've seen it anyway. They glance balefully at you, but Rex is all smiles. If it weren't for the purpling bruise under his eye and the cuts across his cheekbone and lip, you'd almost think that things were normal. What happened? Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it, Rex says, waving a hand. I wasn't watching where I was going and I ran into one of the unfinished walls around here. Ha! I don't believe that for a moment. Yeah, 17 times, Nomi mumbles valiantly, trying to again tend to Rex's face. You should tell Selene the truth. Maybe he can do something about it. What's really going on, Rex? It's nothing, Rex says. Nothing I ain't used to anyway. It just happens sometimes. People get it in their heads that they want to stay on base's good side, and the easiest way to do that is to beat on someone he doesn't like. Pseudonym says, sounds like falling out of windows. Yeah. Like, whenever you see someone who has horrible bruising and they're just like, oh, I, tripped or, ran into a wall or whatever, and it's like, maybe, particularly if it's like on the face, it's like, I'm thinking you're lying. Like the Vase talking about his dad who fell down some stairs. It's like, I don't know about that. Rex shrugs one shoulder, indifferent. It's fine, he says. They'll remember what I'm good at and come sneaking back eventually. It's getting worse, though, Nomi adds softly. I thought it would stop when we joined the colony, but they're even bigger meanies now. Rex smiles encouragingly at Nomi. Vase is just mad that you and I have real friends here. He hates that he and his bullies aren't the only big damn heroes in town anymore, and that he can't control what people think about us. It makes him feel small, and he hates that. What is the deal with Vase anyway? Rex sighs, his shoulders slumping. I don't even want to bring it up, because I'd rather think about the future and not the past, but... When we were younger, Vase was just a normal kid like me. We were both kind of the runts of the litter, but he had a chip on his shoulder about it, and always tried to boss people around like he was actually top dog. I try to be nice to everyone because, that's the pup in me. I just want to play and be friends. And Vase did not want to be friends with me, Rex says. He kind of hated me because people like me more. Nomi takes Rex's hand and he shoots them a little smile before continuing. And then one day, I was just hanging out with my friends when Vase walks right up to me and starts picking a fight. Right, like calling me names and telling me I was just faking it to make people like me. My friends wanted to beat him for it, but I told them to stop, and he shakes his head. I walked right up to him, hands out like, hey, we can still be friends. And he just straight up broke my arm. We weren't even fighting. He just got me on the ground and snap, broke it right here. Rex shows you the scar on his arm, where the bone must have broken the skin. He was dead set on proving his point, I guess, he says quietly. That's why everyone lets Vase boss them around, Nomi adds. They know what he does when he gets angry. Everyone acts like a bunch of heroes, but they're just cowards who'd rather let Vase keep picking on Rex instead of standing up to him and pissing him off. Yeah, he's not like this with everyone, Rex continues. He is nice to people he likes. That's why everyone wants to be his friend. Hot air rises to the top. Vase told me it was a 4-on-1 fight, or why didn't he get in trouble? We do remember Vase telling us about a time where he was attacked by 4 bigger kids, and he broke one of their arms, and that's what got him popular. So this seems like a slightly different take on the same story. Vase told me it was a 4-on-1 fight. Rex laughs humorously. Yeah, of course he'd say that, he says. That's what he told the adults anyway, so that became the official story. Honestly, I just feel bad for Nomi, Rex says, looking down. If it wasn't for me, people would probably leave them alone. It's not fair that they get crap for being friends with me. Nomi throws their arms around Rex, who grimaces in pain. I'd rather be friends with one good Rex than with 100 of Vase's bully cronies. Rex relaxes into their arms and hums happily. People should know the truth. I'm going to destroy Vase. It's better to keep the past behind you. I'm not going to destroy Vase. People should know the truth, but I think Rex would rather just leave it behind. So, and I don't think years later trying to speak the truth is going to have any real success. So, yeah, just keep the past behind you. Nomi frowns. It's not like Vase is making it any easier for us to move on. He's the one who can't let it go. Besides, Rex says, I'm a colony kid now. I can be anything I want to do. I can be anything I want, do anything I want, talk to anyone I want, and Vase can just die mad about it. Despite his bravado, Rex sighs and scratches the back of his head. I do kind of regret what happened, though. Like, it sucks that Vase got to the point where he thought the only way he could get respect was by being a bully. I mean, he's a douche and a half, but... Nomi thumps Rex on the shoulder. You don't have to defend him, they chastise him. I'm not defending him, Rex says, spreading his hands wide. I just think sometimes, like, if I could have seen he was hurting and been a better friend to him, I could have changed his whole life. Think about how different things would have been growing up on the Helio if he wasn't the friend who got away. Rex musters up a smile. That's why I try to not let it get to me. It doesn't matter what Vase does to me. You can't hurt someone who chooses not to feel pain. He's gonna get his fool butt killed someday, and I'm still gonna be right here. He reaches out and takes your hand, and Nomi takes your other, so the 3 of you are linked. And I have everything I need. It would be fun to beat up Vase, says Pseudonym. Yeah, it would. And with our combat skills being as high as they are, we probably could beat him. But we're trying to befriend him slowly, not very successfully. But we've gotten all the way up to 51, so that's got to count for something, right? Alright, hey Nomi. You're walking through the colony gardens when you turn a corner and almost run to Nomi and Rex standing together under a magnificent bough of pink flowering trees. Nomi looks flustered and anxious while Rex's expression is patient. Listen in on them or give them some privacy. This is the right answer, but... I'm gonna listen in on them, just to see. You duck behind a trellis, just in time to see Nomi thrust a crumpled envelope in Rex's hands, bowing slightly. Rex smiles gently as he opens the envelope and reads the letter. You watch his expression go from patient to surprised before settling on affectionate. Nomi, he says, voice warm. This is so sweet. I didn't know you felt that way about me. Nomi twists their hands together anxiously. It's, doesn't have to be a big deal, okay? I don't really know how I feel exactly. They take a deep breath. I just know that I really like you. You make me feel, confused and scared sometimes, but in a good way. Rex cups Nomi's face in his hands. Nomi, you never have to force yourself to do or feel anything that makes you uncomfortable. Not for me, not for anyone. You know you and me are forever, right? He strokes their cheek with his thumbs. I love you just the way you are. Nothing you do or don't do is going to change that. It's not like that, Nomi replies. I feel things for you. I think things about you that I've never thought about anyone before. Oh yeah? Rex says, a bit of his usual teasing humor coloring his tone. Like what, Nomi? Nomi gets flustered again and looks away. Like, they whisper, I mean, kissing? Rex barks out a friendly laugh. Kissing? Nomi, you dirty bird. Well, I never. He teases, and Nomi laughs and gives him a little push. We can kiss, Rex continues, taking Nomi by both hands and smoothing out their trembling fingers. We can kiss whenever you want. I'd love to kiss you. Nomi looks at a loss. Really? You want to kiss me? Sure, Rex answers easily. I love you, and we're going to be together a long time. I want to do stuff with you that makes us both happy. That's all I want. He smiles crookedly, exposing one fang. If you feel like kissing sometimes, that's great. You make it sound so easy, Nomi replies. When you say things like that, it makes me feel really good, like you understand me. Nomi purses their lips. I want to try to understand you too. I know you really like doing things I don't like doing. So, if you want to keep doing that with other people, they take a deep breath, I'd be okay with that. Nomi stands up a little taller and looks Rex right in his mismatched eyes. And, it might not ever happen, but maybe someday if I wanted to do... Their voice drops to a whisper, sex stuff. Now it's Rex's turn to look stunned. Nomi, he says, sounding kind of strangled. You're the most amazing person I've ever met. Rex cradles Nomi's face again, his face serious and very fond. If you ever wanted to do sex stuff, he says, smiling at the phrase, I would consider it an honor, really. Rex and Nomi look into each other's eyes for a long time until Nomi lets out a little sob and their shoulders start shaking, crying in sheer relief. Nomi, Rex murmurs, wiping away their tears. Hey, come on. Did you think I'd say anything else? Nomi hiccups. I didn't know. Rex smiles gently. Well, now you know. There's another long moment where they just look at each other, grinning like fools, until Rex clears his throat. So, he says, do you want your first kiss now? Yes, Nomi exclaims, through their happy tears, throwing their arms around Rex's shoulders. Rex leans in the rest of the way to kiss them, sweet and slow. You turn and slink away, giving them some privacy. Probably shouldn't, watch them while they're having a private moment, but it's a game and you gotta know all the things that can happen. Nomi watches a squadron of soldiers. Oh yeah, we've read that many times. Couldn't be me. Yep. Have a crystal cluster. Alright, hey Cal. Cal's sitting on the garden fence, feet laced through the slats as he balances a container of cut-up potato on his lap. Hey, Elaine, he calls out, time for a break? Come on over here, help me finish this. He skewers a piece of potato on his fork and drives it towards your mouth. Beep, beep, open up for a timely reminder that we've made ourselves a part of this planet's ecosystem and have to deal with the consequences. Sure, we'll flirt with Cal. Yeah, so... I don't remember what the button said. Yeah, of course, I can always make time for you. Back to your quarters. Cal reaches over his head and stretches, and you hear all the bones in his back pop. Ooh, he says, slumping inward like his strings have been cut. I'm beat up. How about you? What if we go back to yours and trade back rubs? I'll even do you first. Another 20-point stress reduction. You and Cal adjourn to your quarters, where, true to his word, Cal gives you a truly thorough massage before he even makes a move to take off his own shirt. Good? He murmurs, kissing your shoulder blades. It is good. Cal's hands are strong and calloused in just the right ways. You flop over and show off your noodle arms, and Cal laughs. I can wait, he says, wrapping his own arms around you and kissing you, as slow and indulgent as his hands were. Alright, and now let's give him a gift. Have a bobber fruit. Food! Cal grabs the fruit out of your hands, then remembers his manners. He gives you a big hug. Thanks, Elaine, I'm starving. How did you know? Etang? Yep. Come to love the planet, sure. Oh, I guess I didn't need to give him a gift because we're already maxed. Oh, well. It's the reason I'm not giving 10 gifts is we're already maxed friendship. Hi, Vase. You're pretty good friends with Rex, aren't you? Vase asks, giving you a once-over. He must not like what he sees. I wouldn't go around telling everyone that. It might not work out great for you. Just a bit of friendly advice. Oh, I need to buy Another cake. Hey, Nem? You catch Nem around the side of the garrison, leaning her head against her arm. She pushes herself off the wall as you approach and rubs her eyes. What's up, Selene? Does someone need me? No, but I've got an egg for you. You're a hero, Nem says, taking the egg. And I'm starving. I'm gonna go get the kitchen to cook this up right away. Yep. Let's go to the supply depot and order another cake. And while we're at it, we'll just buy another one. I've got lots of kudos, and chances are I'll need a few more before we reach the end of the game. Here. Some cake for you. Cake? I mean, I appreciate it, but why? It's not like it's my birthday. Yeah, I know. Just doing my best to try and become your friend. And it's funny that he's still so, I don't know, aggressive when talking to us, when we are already past, 50 out of 100 friendship points. We've read this. Your dad is reading a book. An actual book. Dog-eared pages and everything. In the shade of the greenhouses. He blinks up at you when your shadow falls over the pages. Oh, hey, little gooseberry, he laughs. Do you need something? And our mom. I don't think we've seen this one in a while, but we have read this one. Your dad used to joke that your mom got her prosthetic leg so that she could run faster than everyone else before you had gene tech. You don't think that's true. You guess she lost it in some kind of fight, but she barely ever talks about it, except for days like today when she's stumbling around like one leg is shorter than the other. Stupid thing, she grumbles. When am I going to have time to get this darn thing fitted right? I mean, I'm a master engineer. I could probably just fix it. Alright, so we are now into Pollen. What do I want to do with my time? I guess we need to go talk to all of the heads of the various groups. Maybe the only way to do that is to do an event in each location. There's not like a quest board where I can see what my quests are, but I'm pretty sure that's what Mars was saying, is that we have to talk to all of the heads of the council. And I don't see anywhere that that exists. I guess the simple thing to do would be to go to some of these location I want to work in anyway, which I guess won't be engineering. I don't need any of those skills. And see if doing an event causes it to pop up. I did say guard duty, combat and bravery, which I do need both of. And see if that brings up the option to talk to Rhett about overthrowing Lum. Yeah. You meet with Security Chief Rhett, knowing he'll be a tough sell on this whole political coup business. He sits behind his desk, hands clasped, listening intently as you explain how you and Mars plan to depose Lum during the next Autumnalia festival. When you're done, he shakes his head and sits back. You're not an idiot, Selene. You know what you're asking me to do. Having the garrison on your side would make this a military coup, he tells you. If you learned Earth history, you'd know those aren't a good look. Why should I support you? It'll be peaceful. I would make a better governor than Lum. Mars is the future of this colony. Those are all terrible answers. I mean, I would be a better governor than Lum. But I'm not putting myself forward to be governor. We already said I'm backing Mars. Mars is the future of this colony. I don't think he's going to respect that answer. Because Mars... Yeah. But it'll be peaceful. I doubt that. And I don't think Rhett will respect that. but I'll try it. You know, if we have the garrison on our side, that means it could potentially be more peaceful than if we didn't have the garrison on our side. Maybe? Will it be, he asks. What if Governor Lum doesn't want to step down? He sighs. You don't know the dynamics at play here, Selene. When the heliopods landed with 7 squads of trained soldiers expecting a fight, we didn't have a choice. It was diplomatic of Governor Lum to keep the existing council members rather than replacing us with loyal Helios, but he could still change his mind. Oh, so that just gets us back to here. I would make a better governor than Lum. Mars is the future of this colony. I don't think I want to be governor, so I'm going to keep backing Mars. Rhett laughs. You're a regular little politician on this campaign trail, aren't you? You've got a lot of guts asking me to remove a professional soldier from leadership during a time of war to replace him with a child. Why the heck shouldn't I go tell Governor Lum right now that there's a mutiny underfoot? Lum screwed up and you know it, or what can I say to convince you? A persuasion challenge. I mean, Lum has screwed up and you know it. But I think doing the challenge is going to be better, but it's a hard challenge because my persuasion is absolute garbage. I'm not sure you can win that challenge. I'm not sure I can either, but I'm gonna try. Goal of 99. Are you serious? Wow. Wow. Doubles the card to the right. Okay. You could slap that onto one of these 8s. Something like that. Think hard, Pseudonym says. Yeah. I mean, the smart thing to do would be to grab some of these that I have a lot of and use them here where it's doubling the card. So, like, let's see. Yeah, use all 3 of these logs here. And then we double it. And that's now up to 44. Just 55 more points in 2 more rounds. That's seeming a lot more doable. Although it'd be nice to get some higher point value. Stress isn't over 50, so that won't apply. +1 for gems on other cards, so those will both be 5s. Yeah, and 25 points, no problem. I got this. +5 points if it's part of a flush. So now it is. And I can just toss down a bunch of 4s. Yeah, so we've met the goal, not the super goal. But I can autoplay and see if it makes any major changes. Wow, they dropped this. That I was not expecting. Okay. I don't know. Alright. 39 is fine. I don't need the super goal. I just need to succeed. +1 persuasion. Always great. +1 council votes. You managed somehow to convince Security Chief Rhett that it is morally imperative that he should support your movement to depose Lum. You both know that Lum is dangerously inept, so it's really just a matter of assuring him that you'll do a better job and that you'll protect him from reprisal if you fail. You've won his vote against all odds. +3 combat, +2 bravery, whole bunch of kudos, and a bunch of stress. So, problem as I see it, Vertumnalia is here. The plan is to depose him in Vertumnalia. That's what Mars said. If I can only get counselors on our side during events, and I have 3 more events and 6 more counselors, that's bad news, because I think the goal was to get them all on our side rather than 50%. Like, we need to get everyone on our side and start this. Like last year. I think it's too late to actually pull this off. That's what I think. We'll see and try our best. Yeah. Nothing new there. Nim is standing with a few other soldiers. She nods at you as you approach. No collectibles over there. Tang. Tang is standing at the doorway of the laboratory, looking out towards the walls of the wilderness beyond. We've done all we can, she says, then sighs. I don't know what else there is to do. Perhaps inspiration will come to me if I work harder. You have done plenty, and you could probably benefit from relaxing. You find Cal behind the garden shed, kneeling down and peering under a tarped-up old watering pot. He shushes you and gestures for you to come look under the tarp. There, in the dusty gloom, 6 four-eyed hop kittens blink up at you, eerily out of sync. I haven't seen their mom in a while, Cal says. I don't want to touch them in case she's still around and she smells me on them, but... He sighs. Well, those darn jarheads probably got her. It's possible. Oh, hey, Nomi. You've had a lot going on lately. You enter the lounge to find Nomi curled up in one of the larger chairs, fast asleep. Their holopalm is still open. Let them sleep or gently wake them. Probably gently wake them. You tap Nomi on the shoulder and they blink awake, frowning as they rub the sleep drool from their cheek. So what? They mumble. What happening? Oh, hey you, they say, stretching their arms and legs and settling into a more comfortable position. I guess I fell asleep while working on my holo novel. They frown again and poke listlessly at their holo screen. I just closed my eyes for a cool nanosec. Guess I was more zonked than I thought. There's just so much to write still. It feels like it'll never be done. Ask Tang for some tips on staying awake. The work's not going to do itself. Is there anything I can do to help? I'm sure you'll finish it eventually. Asking Tang for tips on staying awake is kind of pointless because she's genetically engineered to not sleep. Is there anything I can do to help? Well, Nomi starts dragging their finger to scroll through the lines of scripts on their holo screen. See, the thing is, I'm too tired to get any good work done, but if I'm not working, I just feel guilty, so I don't let myself do anything actually fun, because I should be writing. They flick their fingers so that the text scrolls faster, then put their chin in their hands, so I end up staring at my holopalm and chatting with people because it's all I have the energy for, which doesn't make me feel any better, and then I just feel even more guilty because I've wasted all that time. You need a break? Let's go for a walk. How about a game instead? Do you want to cuddle? Or imagine that, writing a game is hard work. Is that an insert from the developers of the game? How about a game instead? Oh, yeah, okay, Nomi says, and swipes around on their holo screen until they bring up the list of games. That'll recharge my brain. Wait, I have a better idea. Or just let's play. This is a perception skill, so let's do it, I guess? I don't know. I have a better idea. You look over Nomi's shoulder and spy the dusty stack of board games. You get up and pluck one from the stack. Gosh, you remember playing this one in the creche. Nomi looks dubious when you bring it back, but you notice Mars is looking over with curiosity. Is that Twister? Mars demands to know, snatching it from your hands. No way! This was my favorite! I did not even know we still had it. OMG! We are playing this right now, no questions. You take turns being the spinner, directing the other two to contort their bodies in strange positions. Mars is a vicious competitor, forcing you and Nomi to bend in ways that border on obscene while she cackles. You're taking your turn as spinner when you see Nomi's arms start to shake, and a mischievous grin starts to spread across their face. On their next move, they contrive to just happen to be in the right position so that when they fall, they take Mars down with them. Mars exclaims, laughing while she extricates herself from the tangle of limbs. Well played, Nomi. I do think we can call that one a draw. She reaches over and pinches Nomi's cheek. Oh, you are such a darling one, aren't you? She coos. I simply cannot wait to see what you do with that holonovel of yours. We do need your particular flavor of brilliance in this compost heap of a colony. Nomi rubs their cheek and looks up at Mars with big eyes. Really? You're not just saying that? Of course not, precious thing, Mars says, getting to her feet. Do I look like someone who says things unnecessarily? Have a bit more faith in me, if not yourself. You and Nomi both watch Mars sashay away, and Nomi looks over at you in awe. Can you believe it? They breathe, still rubbing their cheek. I feel like I've just been visited by royalty. Nomi leaps to their feet and spins around, arms outstretched. Wow, I feel so refreshed from moving my body and being with friends. I feel like I could punch the suns. I'm going to get back to working on my holonovel right away. Mars is waiting for it. Do your best. Nomi laughs and shoots a double peace sign. Thanks, I will. So Pseudonym recommends talking to the counselors that are the most opposed to Lum, which is probably a good call. You spy Rex and Nomi hanging out in Rex's hammock, curled together with their legs dangling over the sides and rocking the hammock gently. Hey, Elaine, Rex calls out to you and pats his lap. Room for one more. Hugs incoming. Rex throws his arms wide. Coach, I'm open. Alright, Mars. Have you started campaigning yet? Mars asks the question innocently enough, but her eyes make it a command. You'll have to do more than just drop by each location. Put some effort into it. Work there a little. Get in good with the council members. This matters, Selene. I'm gonna try. I'm probably gonna fail, but I'm gonna try. Alright, so who is obviously opposed? I would think it would be Instance and our mom, because both of them were sort of criminal elements that left Earth, and therefore are more likely to be people that Lum will go after, and people that would prefer to get Lum out of being in charge. Yep, the dangerous aliens being the float cows. We've read that. And our mom. Are you eating enough? Drinking enough? So, yeah. If we only have time for 2 or 3 more, I'm not sure how the timing shakes out. I'm thinking engineering and geoponics. So let's start with engineering. Repair robots gives us engineering creativity. We can benefit from creativity, but not engineering. Tutoring kids, reasoning and empathy. Empathy is useful. Humanities, creativity, and persuasion. Those are both good. Let's study humanities. After work, you ask Chief Engineer Instance for a few minutes of her time. She allows you into her office and begrudgingly listens as you explain that you and Mars intend to hijack the elections at the next Vertumnalia. When you're finished, she heaves a long-suffering sigh and pinches the bridge of her nose in her fingers. Why in the world would I support this plan, she says. We're barely surviving as it is. Lum is right. The planet is at war with us. Every year, we come closer and closer to total annihilation. Is this really the time for dissent? I mean, that's fair. Instance gestures to her office. Every horizontal surface is covered with experiments. He may not be the most suited to the job, but do you see anyone else with the time on their hands to run a colony? The idiot does the least damage where he is, doing busy work and making stupid motivational videos. This war on nature is bull. I know he made you work on that virus. What if I can persuade you? Whatever, we don't need your help. I mean, I know he made you work on that virus. I'm wondering if that's just like a free win, because we don't... If we didn't know that, I don't think this option would show up. I don't want to try this, and I'm hoping that if it isn't sufficient enough, then it might be like with Rhett, where they give me another option to push back and try him to persuade. I know he made you work on that virus. Instant stares at you for a long time as if sizing up your mettle. Calculations go on behind her eyes. You can barely hope to understand. My personal feelings on the matter and what is best for the future of the colony are two different things, she says finally. But you're right, that the governor's leadership is reckless to the extreme. Maybe even a child could do better. Agreed. You can count on my vote. Nice. Alright. So that's 2 counselors on our side, which is not enough. Let's go there. +6 if the card to the right is blue. Okay. Yeah. Then switch that out for an 8 to get even higher. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Could have gotten up to a 56, but good enough. On to late Pollen. Tang is hunched over her workstation, the heels of her hands pushed against her eyelids. When she raises her head as you approach, she quickly blots the corner of her eyes and sniffles. What is it? She asks. Have you heard from Dis? I mean, yes? He's not dead. He's not really alive anymore. But he's not dead. Rex's buddy. Yeah. Nem shoots you a small smile as you approach. There's still a lot to do before sundown, but if you need me, I'm here. Whose birthday is it? It's late Pollen. That makes it no one's birthday. Okay. Cal. Almost 9 years and we still haven't figured it out? Yeah. Cal's standing in the middle of a garden looking out towards the walls with a critical eye. Almost 9 years here and we still haven't figured it all out, he says, then sighs. I tried, Slane. I really did. I still think there's hope for peace with the aliens. I just wish other people thought so too. I'm working on it, man. Noe twists a lock of hair around their finger and tugs. I never really fit in anywhere before, they say quietly, but here, sometimes I think I could. I just want the chance, you know? You spy Rex and Nomi hanging out in Rex's hammock. Yep. We've read that one. Mars is talking to a sharply dressed soldier. You watch her lean in and brush a bit of lint off of her uniform. Yeah, we've read that one as well. Nothing about any effort that Mars is making campaigning towards becoming governor. Seems like we're doing all the work. Utah's poring over some reports on his album. Oh hey, little seedling, he says, distracted. Did you know that potato plants are related to sniff blossom? I never would have thought. He puts down his work and smiles. What do you need? Your mom was hard at work. Are you even surprised anymore? She cares about these fields more than she cares about anything else. Alright, so we could do some work in geoponics. Tend the animals, animal and empathy, we don't need animals. Biology and organizing, we don't need biology. Work the farm, biology and toughness. Or shovel dirt is just toughness. We do need toughness. Might as well shovel some dirt. Give us a chance to try and campaign with our mom. You find some time alone with the chief cultivator to talk about your plan to peacefully depose Lum. Talk to your mom about it. Your mom is a busy woman, probably the busiest in the colony, honestly, so you keep it brief. You explain the details of Mars's plan: depose Lum, get voted in, save the colony, and maybe the planet. Ugh, I hate all this bureaucracy stuff, she groans. When you're done, say what you want about the new guy. At least he doesn't waste my time with pointless meetings. This isn't a pointless meeting, or sorry, Mom, this isn't a pointless meeting. No, you're right, she says. This is important stuff. You're right to care about it. She leans back in her chair and puts her feet on the desk, linking her hands over her stomach. It's just, you're so young, she continues. You and Marzipan. Do you really think either of you could lead the entire colony? This isn't some hobby farm or secret club. This is the fate of the human civilization on a hostile planet. Are either of you really prepared for the tough decisions you'll have to make as governor? Of course I am. This is a normal difficulty persuasion challenge. I wonder if we've barely managed to get our persuasion up to the point where they're no longer hard. Or if it's just easier because it's our mom. I don't know. Oh great. The goal dropped from 99 to 90. How much easier is that? 884. These are some low numbers. 5, 4, 3, 2. Only 30. -1 to all other cards. But it's still just a huge number compared to everything else I have. Let's grab that. I've got lots of bobber fruit, which means I can make another card blue. So I could turn this blue. Yeah. Make you blue, which gives this one +6. Yeah. And win. +1 persuasion. Always good. Your mom smiles. One you haven't seen in some time. Look at you, she says fondly, all grown up and overthrowing the government, just like your old lady. Oh, man. Just the fact that she's casually like, yeah, back when we were on Earth, I attempted to help overthrow the government. You know, it's fine. It'd be hypocritical of me to tell you you're too young, she continues and pats her leg. I was about your age when I lost this, fighting on Earth for what I believed in. I didn't listen to my elders either. If I hadn't done the same thing you're doing right now, I probably wouldn't have had a place on the strato with your father. Wouldn't have had you, so who knows what you're capable of and where it'll take you. If you truly believe you're ready, you have my support. +3 toughness. Cool. Moving on to Early Dust.